Now this, Facebook, it's now the least trusted tech company. This is according to a survey by research firm Toluna. 40% of the respondents said that they trusted Facebook the least. Not only because of these data leaks and privacy issues, but also because of how the Facebook's, their top executives handled those issues. I want to bring in John Meyer, Transpire Ventures general partner. John, you know, it seems like just about every day there's been a negative story in social media, but more specifically Facebook, and the arrogance in which they handled it has not been lost on people.
Absolutely, you're totally right. With Facebook, what we keep seeing time and time again is they make a mistake. They half apologize for it. They make a mistake and it happens again. I think at this point, what is tremendously important, and I keep stressing this, is that we see now the public doesn't seem to be making much of a difference in terms of not using Facebook anymore. If you look at Facebook's numbers, they're not losing users in huge droves.
But they stopped growing, though.
They have stopped growing.
They stopped growing, and that's got to be, by the way, and the stock is getting hammered.
Correct.
That's got to get somebody's attention at the company.
And hopefully it will, because at this point, I don't think, I think really the time is running out. And at this point, we're running a very high risk of a new company coming and competing with Facebook in a very serious way that takes privacy seriously. And ironically, one of the sources of where this type of company could come from is from a Facebook employee. Because the biggest driver, in my opinion, behind what Facebook can do to change for the better is actually going to come from their internal employees that don't agree with the way Facebook takes advantage of these policies.
And they obviously have ideas. They see how it works.
Correct.
You know, of course, it's, you know, getting the funding and trying to compete with them. That's a huge obstacle. And you wonder, too, if we do get this sort of legislation that's threatened right now with social media, would it have the inverse effect of perhaps, you know, would it create a moat around these companies, making it harder for these new companies to actually start up and to compete? Or would it actually curb the behavior of Facebook, make them more accountable to the public and their users?
That's true, and that is a worry of mine. And so right now, what I think could be the best chance for a company to, let's say, compete with Facebook, or to compete with Facebook enough to scare Facebook into really taking this seriously, is, again, for an internal employee to go and try something that is out of the box, that is new, that takes privacy seriously. We've seen this happen before, where Facebook employees have left to start possible competitors. But the reason I think that could happen somewhat soon, in the next 2 to 3 years, is because we're about to undergo some pretty serious paradigm shifts in computing.
Well, let's talk about that the next 2 or 3 years and the big tech trends that you see emerging. What do you think they'll be?
Well, I think as we get into 2019, you're going to see technologies like artificial intelligence be the backbone of some of the larger tech companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, et cetera.
The backbone with respect to how they operate, carrying out their mission, or the backbone in terms of offering as a product or products?
I think it's how it's the backbone of how they power the end products. And I'll give you an example. The example I love using right now is with Amazon. So I talked on the show a few weeks ago, about how recently I was in San Francisco. I walked into the latest just opened Amazon grocery store that does not have any cashiers. And so I'm walking in, I'm pulling products off the shelves, putting them in my backpack. I don't even deal with a cashier, and I just walk out. And then I get a bill sent to me. It charges my Amazon card. And it was the most pleasant shopping experience I've ever had in retail. And this is out on the market, available to everybody. You can walk in, and they're going to roll out thousands of these across America. And what I like to talk about is, first of all, what is causing that? And it's AI. And then what is going to be the impact on average Americans? Obviously, it's great for consumers, giving the better experience, but what does it mean for workers?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
A lot of people out there working cashier jobs, truck drivers, a lot of jobs at risk. I don't want to sound like a Luddite, but that's a big question mark for a lot of people. We're out of time here, John, man. It's really great talking to you. Obviously, we'll pick up on this because it's great, but there are some worries.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.